Hello again, friends. Welcome once more to my channel, Beystor Makoala Training Academy out here in Centurion, South Africa. So it would be more in the, but anyway, it doesn't matter. We're here to clean guns. So I'm going to clean one firearm today, only one, my carry pistol, because I actually went to the range and I ran this quite a few, I've ran a few rounds through this firearm. So I want to make sure that it's pretty clean. So I'm gonna cut to the chase. I know there are some videos on YouTube, very lengthy. I'm gonna try and do this as quick as possible. So the aim or the purpose of this video is to show you two things: how to take this firearm apart and why I love it, as well as clean it. Okay. So without further ado, let me just get like a kitchen towel that I'm going to quickly rip out. Let me show you what I use for cleaning this. This is for my AR-15, by the way. It's one of those mats that you buy, and if you don't know about firearms, it actually shows you where which spring goes and stuff like that. Assembly. So this one is for an AR-15. It shows you the mag assembly, telestock assembly, lower receiver, bolt, etc. forward assist. That's complicated stuff. Well, it isn't, but if you're new into firearms, it can get quite tricky. So first things first, safety is key. So I've already cleared my firearm, but I'm gonna show you once more, finger of the trigger. I'm going to make sure that it is indeed clear and try and show you that, and as well as the mag well. It is pretty dirty, so I'm gonna have to find a brush. So I've got my tactical range box that I showed in a previous video, and in here you find good oil. This is Lucas Extreme Duty, American made. This is Eliminator. This is Vortec. This is quality stuff. Remember, I do have stuff to give away, so like, subscribe, and then just put in the comments below. I'm gonna track people that are following me, top comments. I'm gonna reach out to you. I do have my websites and everything like that I'm going to put in the comments or in the description of the video itself. So okay, now that we've got what we need, by the way, I showed in the previous video that I like this knife, and you'll see that there's actually two of them. That's how much I love this knife. So let me put that away. This is grease. This is stuff that we're going to need. I'm not going to be taking you through 101 in terms of what stuff is, because we want to get there as quick as possible. So let's get right into it. Okay, right, so firearms here with the P07. I'm going to drop the slide, okay, and I'm going to take it, control the dry fire shot in a safe direction, which is there. A lot of people at the range load and make ready, unload and show clear, and they just go back. So you've got to get into a habit of getting into your stance, firm grip. As you come, you see the dot or you see the sides, and you take it like a squeeze, pow. And then once you have that, you've got a few options. With the P07, you've actually got like these markers, they're witness marks. So you've got to make sure that they align. And once they do align, you've got to sort of like use your other hand to go to the other side and use any tool that you have. What I do like to do is I just take a mag. I don't have one with me now, but just take any object like a screwdriver, just press that a little bit, and you hear that click, and you pull this thing out. Easy as that. And then all you have to do is do that. So that's part one done. Now you have to remove the spring. There's the spring, and now we've got the actual slide itself, and then that's the frame of the firearm, and that's it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take like a Trisol. Let me see if I can get like a better spray. But if I don't, I'll use the same one. That's fine. I'll use these patches here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a bit of this. It's actually RAM. It's South African made. So I'm going to spray everywhere into the gun. So there are areas that you shouldn't be spraying. So I'm going to just a light spray here, light spray there. It's pretty dirty, so I'm going to let it sit. I'm going to spray this part as well. I'm gonna have to remove take this apart once more. So this is the actual rounding the chamber, that's the chamber, and this is the slide. So I'm gonna just hoy, I'm talking South African now, I'm gonna hoy a little bit of this and then that into that, and I'm going to let it work kind of like itself while I talk. All right, and that's it. A little bit on the spray too. Now, paper towel, kitchen towel, I'm gonna take a little bit of that and wipe my hands. And let's do some talking while we wait for this. First things first, we're going to have to find a brush, an old brush. I need to find one in here. I should have one. Otherwise, if not, if you give me 2 seconds, I'm gonna run to quickly get an old toothbrush. But I don't have to now, so let's see how dirty it is. Unless I have one in here, in my tactical range box. Not. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I'll start by wiping this stuff off. Okay. And I need to find a BP key that goes into here so I can run patches through that. So I'll find an old patch. So there we go. I bought these from a place in Victoria. And I don't want to waste your time. So there's actually one here for 9mm and 38. So I'm going to be using these. I don't have to use a jag for now. I don't find it. So I'll just take this rod and then just a few times run it through there. There we go. There's one out. I'm gonna do this until this is appearing a little bit clean. So I'm gonna take the second one. These are nice patches, more like cloth, and I'm gonna run this again. So it's already clean. Yes, I'm gonna flip it around and run it like maybe 4 times or so, and that would be it. This is probably tedious stuff, especially when you're looking into like 223 and long guns. This is the time where I tend to spend most of my effort, but like I said, once you get used to this stuff, or you've got like a ball snake, it's easy because at the range you can just take this apart, a firearm apart, and just run this quite a few times. I think that's it. That's the last one. And I'm just going to use this old thing that we used, the kitchen paper towel, to wipe that off, and I'm going to put this guy away for now. We are done. That's the barrel done. Okay, I'm gonna put it here so I don't forget where stuff is. Righto. Now for this one, easy peasy. I'm gonna use the same thing that I'm using just to clean the inside there. There's gunk, so I'm gonna have to take another towel once I'm done with this one. Anyway, while I do this, I used to work for a company called Microsoft, and I was a lead of cybersecurity there. So I got an opportunity to travel quite a bit. US, that's where the headquarters is or are, and I did a lot of Europe, Middle East, and Africa. And I've been to Lesotho, Botswana, Cameroon. I learned a lot of my French from there. I actually learned my French from a guy, Steve Mavungu. We went to Valtech together. So je parle français. Yeah, I try. Je prends. Mon français ce n'est pas bon, mais I try. I speak Afrikaans. Ek praat die taal baie mooi. Die boa Sesotho and Xhosa and Theatre and the Kwamba Chivenda, probably about almost all 11 languages of South Africa, including sign language. Yeah, I mean, that's me. I'm an inclusive person. Diversity is key. That's it. So now back to our paper towel. Now we go to this big boyki here. We're gonna do the same thing. Just clean inside there. Just make sure that we get that gunk out. and you don't tamper with the springs, which is probably where you have to be careful. And I'm gonna use the same rod that I had earlier, just to stick this guy into the mag well and just run it a few times, because you don't really want stuff that's going to get your armor wet and things like that in here. It's a bit tough, but yeah. So there you see, just pop out the other way. It's not too bad, but it's gotta be dry. It's gotta be completely dry. So I'm wiping that off, and I'm doing the springs quickly, and that's it. Looks like it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, we're going to quickly do one more thing. I'm gonna take my old oil, because this is an area where a lot of people have debate how much oil you should. I mean, I run this thing without oil. My 12 gauge hasn't been greased or oiled since I bought it. So how much oil should you put? Well, it depends. And what I mean by that, you'll see what I do. All I do is I take my oil, and I've got this needle guy here, and I just take this, I run it through here. I just put like a few drops, and I let it slide. Right? I lent this from a guy at Shooting Stuff, and you just put a little bit of oil there, and you let it slide. And then in about a minute or two, it will be ready. Okay, I'm just going to put it down here, so the oil works its way down. All right. And while it does that, I'll be doing some more cleaning. I was hoping this video would be very short, but obviously I'm talking back at the same time. I'm talking about, you know, speaking French, having traveled, and things like that. And while we wait for that, I'll just use the opportunity to clean up the, you know, the small tight areas some more, including this guy here. And just when I'm done, I'll put a little bit of oil inside here as well, and you know, the springs, just a little bit, like it's 2 springs. And once you've done that, you just, where you see the silver coming there, you know, that's friction. So I do put just a little, like just a dab, like really. And what I do is I just, and you've got to be careful, I just take, you know, I take like a shot, you know, I actually guide the hammer so it doesn't fall, because I don't know what happens. I was told it shouldn't happen. Just a few times, and that's it. I'm gonna leave it in the rear position just like that. The oil is done, so what we're going to be doing now is that we're going to be putting the stuff back in. So I'm going to just wipe the spring here. I think this is called like a buffer spring or whatever it is. And then so we go back in here, a little bit of oil onto here, the bar itself, just the outside, because remember we did in the inside, and then you just do that, and that's it. And then you just, same way you took it out, same way it goes in. This is not about stripping the firearm per se. Like I said, it was there were 2 parts to this video. So anyway, that's in. There's only one way the spring goes in. There's no way you can miss that, and that's it. You just then guide this dude, this guy, through here until you get to the witness marks again, and then you take our little guy here that we used earlier, a little bit of oil, just a little bit, just like that, and then wipe your hands and put that back in. There we go. Click. Pumping cap. We are back into action. Control dry fire shot. That's it. Everything works again. And that's it, my friends. I'm going to be cleaning up, but I don't want you to see that boring stuff. I'm gonna stop the video here. www.beystor.co.za. YouTube, I'm here, _Beystor on Instagram, Beystor Makoala on Twitter, Beystor Makoala on Facebook, as well as LinkedIn. So stay safe and take it easy out there.